children in the car!
Fine, they're over there! Steve, come on, your children are okay!
Where are Nikki and Sasha?
I haven't seen them.
Sasha? Nikki!
Zoya!
Nikki!
Hey, where you going?
Sasha!
Lee, what are you doing? What are you doing there?
Sasha! Nikki! Sasha! Nikki! Mama! Nikki! Sasha!
Here they are, I got them.
Put your arms around my neck. That's it. Hold on to me.
Let's go! We gotta get out of here!
Sasha! Sasha!
I'll get the girl.
Sasha, come back here! Not my daughter! You can't take me out of here without my daughter! Sasha! No! Sasha! No, I don't... Sasha! You can't leave Sasha!
My son was safe, but my baby girl and our little dog Sava were somewhere in that building. There had been so much tragedy in my life, but none that could prepare me to even think I might lose a child. As a little girl, growing up in Russia, my uncle was the Tsar. We were nobility. I was a countess.
Gigi, be quiet. No, shush. Gigi! Gigi!
I was spoiled and protected and utterly unprepared for the world outside. The real world.
Zoya! Gigi, come on.
As the only child of mine who does not have the measles, you were to help me today by staying out of trouble. You have failed at that pursuit, and for doing so...
If I may say so, Aunt Alexandra, it is I who persuaded Marie to do the wrong she has done. I am ashamed, and I apologize. It was good. Shoot.
Your cousin must learn not to succumb to pressure and to uphold what she knows to be right and proper. To blame others or to let others take the blame for one's behavior is cowardly and has no place in our family. A loyal friend, however, is truly one of life's great treasures. Something to be deeply appreciated.
Oh, thank you, Aunt Alexandra.
You must go, Zoya, before Olga and Anastasia decide to present themselves, which would not only be against my most specific orders, but dangerous as well, as both have been stricken with measles and are quite ill. Dear children, go back to bed. Change your clothes. Zoya is leaving.
At first, Aunt Alexandra was very mad. Very, very mad. But then she gave me a puppy. Oh, isn't he wonderful, Theodore? I mean, isn't he the most beautiful puppy you have ever seen? Isn't he just the most silky, delicate, and sweet puppy? Oh.
Walk on.
It was 1917. The year I first heard my father use this term, revolution. In hushed tones, he would explain to my mother how the poor people in our country had become very angry with the rich people. There were millions of poor and only a handful of rich. I heard rumors that my uncle the Tsar and even my father were in danger, but I didn't believe it. I was 17. My only brother, Nikolai, was 19. He was the most handsome soldier I had ever seen, and I knew he would protect us.
stop! Fyodor, you shouldn't be out on the streets.
Yes, sir.
Why shouldn't we, brother? And what would you do if we refused to move from this very spot?
I should enforce corporal punishment. You seem to be in need of it.
Unlikely to receive it.
Yet.
I haven't named him yet.
What on earth makes you think Mother will let you keep that beast?
He's not a beast. Besides,
Be
I
careful.
shall beg and plead and make myself quite inconsolable.
You've grown quite sophisticated, little sister.
I was born sophisticated, big brother.
And born so long ago. I shall have to start searching my fellow officers for a proper suitor.
I shall find my own suitor, thank you. But not before I've tried the stage.
What?
I rather fancy the ballet. Besides, isn't the young lady you've been seeing a ballerina?
Countesses such as yourself don't go on stage. Marry men of rank and have fat, healthy babies.
There are no countesses such as myself. And I shall marry for love or not at all.
Well, don't mention that when you introduce the beast to mother and father. Fyodor, get out of here.
Walk on!
And be careful.
I didn't say I didn't like the animal. I said it makes me cough.
But just recently you said you were feeling better.
I do feel better. Thank you.
I'm afraid it might break my heart if you make me give him back. And people can die from broken hearts, you know.
Can they?
Oh, absolutely. Besides, Aunt Alexandra is the Tsarina. It wouldn't be proper for me to return her gift to me.
So, Zoya, you've chosen this event to show some concern for that which is proper.
Very much so, Mother.
Please excuse me for being late. I was looking for some fresh tobacco when I was distracted by a small scratching sound in the parlor. Good evening, Maman. And found this small living thing to be tearing pages from a book. Do you think it can read?
No, sir.
Fyodor.
Father, please don't make me give him back. He was a present from Aunt
Cousin Alexandra, however, that is not the issue. I instructed Zoya not to go to the Imperial Palace, and she defied me. Now she's been exposed to the measles. Not only a dangerous disease, but a disease that no one in this house has had.
Zoya?
I only played with Maria, and she's already had the disease and recovered. I didn't ask for the puppy. Honest, I didn't. I'm sorry.
I have the solution, so that our Zoya doesn't think she can break the rules without any consequence. I shall keep... have you named him?
Sava.
I shall keep Sava in my apartments.
Nikolai, my son, what has happened? Give him to me! I will take care of him.
Oh, please, God, no.
A confrontation at the Amish Capella.
It doesn't matter! Nikolai, can you hear me?
Nikki? Oh, Nikki. It's me, Nikki. You're home. We're all going to take care of you. I'm going to bake a cake for you.
I was a good soldier, Father. I held my position.
Yes, Nikolai. A good soldier. I'm the best son a man could hope for.
Dear little Zoya. I'm sorry. I'm not very hungry.
Nikki.
Prepare to leave for Satskoye Selo. It's the only safe place for us.
Please! Come, Zoya. We have work to do.
What next, Grandmama?
Follow me. This egg was made by Carl Fabergé and given to me by the Empress Alessandra. It is a symbol of our family. Wrap it carefully and put it in this bag.
They are ready for you.
Theodore, prepare the carriage. The old one without the family markings. Free the servants and pay them what I owe. Should anything happen to me, take care of my family.
Ничего не ломать! Ничего не ломать! Берем немцев и все! Вперед, ребята, вперед!
This is my house and what I'm producing, and I just can't invaded by this. What does this man want? Well, tell me, why you are not controlling these men?
You're a traitor to your people! You're a pig! Who do you feel sorry for? Where is your loyalty?
This way.
Here, I found you. I caught you, and I'll judge you for the betrayal of my homeland.
Dirty lying beast!
You're a beast yourself. Let's go.
The others! Dead. They are all dead. Walk on!
I know that man.
No, don't go.
He worked as a boy for my father. Dear Orlov, my friend.
Всех убили. Я остался один. Не знаю, не придут и убьют меня. Но с Богом хранит вас Господь.
His family are dead. He says he will wait there for the soldiers to come back and kill him too. Tsar Nicholas has abdicated. The royal family will be exiled to England. We cannot go to Tsar Zoya's cellar. There is no safety for us there. We are all we have left.
We have to go home. Mama and Papa Nikolai will be waiting for us.
Zoya. Paris. We will go to Paris. Many of our countrymen have fled there. We will stay there until it is time for us to return.
Walk on! Walk on!
You have a fever, Zoya. Time holds a mysterious kindness. It returns to us what we lost through wisdom and memories. Remember how much you love them and how much You were loved. Zoya, the Fabergé, it will give us away.
Сумочку, пожалуйста. Сумочку. Давай. Приезжай, старик.
Saga saved us. But for what, we were unclear. The only life I had ever known was gone forever. The only money we had was what Father had thrust into Fyodor's hand the night of his death. The future was most certainly in God's hands. It took 7 miserable days to reach Paris. Taxi! Monsieur, taxi! By the time we arrived, exhausted and grief-stricken, I had fallen ill with what we all knew to be measles.
Aidez-moi, monsieur, s'il vous plaît. Taxi, monsieur?
Kannst du es hier gehen?
Prince Markovsky. Vladimir. I heard you left Russia, but I had no idea you were here.
I am working as a taxi driver. But let me help you with that. Russian titles don't mean much here anymore. There are so many of us. Is that Konstantin's daughter?
Zoya.
Zoya, yes. Is she ill?
She caught the measles of Nicholas and Alessandra's children.
Let us hope that measles is the only plague visited upon our beloved royal family. Come this way. Do you have lodgings?
No, neither do we have very much money.
I know of a small apartment in my own building. Please, follow me. I realize that this isn't in keeping with your station, Countess, but I thought that maybe...
Thank you. It will do nicely. My servant will arrange payment with you. We shall move in immediately.
Zoya needs a doctor, if you will allow me.
Thank you, Prince Vladimir, for all your kindness.
It's the very least I can do in memory of my old friend.
This is our home, Zoya. For the time being, it is our home. You must get some rest.
Bonjour, madame.
Madame Osipov, we are honored to have you in our store. However, as you know, so many of your countrymen have already settled to Paris. Gems such as these are not worth nearly what they might have been only a few years ago.
These jewels have been in my family for many years. My circumstances have changed. So, please. Some of these pieces were gifts from the Tsar.
Yes, they're lovely.
For everything. It will have to be acceptable.
Vladimir knew of our dire straits and was always there with food and wood and even a bone for Sava. We appreciated his generosity, but we knew we couldn't rely on his kindness forever.
It says that Tsar Nicholas has joined his family and that the provisional government will move them from Tsarskoye Selo before sending them to England. I think that is good news.
It is good.
Grandmother, do you think this means that the war will be over soon? That we might be able to go home?
We can pray.
Thank you.
For what?
For taking care of me. For getting me here, alive. For loving me. Our money's almost gone, isn't it?
A girl of your position should not concern herself about money.
I am 18 now, and Mama said that when I was 18, I would be a young woman. Besides, my position doesn't mean anything here.
It means a great deal to me. However, being the clever young woman you are, how do you propose to solve our problem?
Excuse me.
You're excused.
I'm looking for a Mr. Diaghilev.
A Mr. Diaghilev is not here. Perhaps I can help.
I want to audition for the Ballet Russe.
Your experience is listed on a resume.
No, I don't have a resume. I attended the Kirov Ballet in Russia. I don't really have what you would call professional dancing experience.
But you want to dance in the Ballet Russe?
Yes. Well, I want to audition. I am a good dancer. Better than good. It's what I want to do. It's what I've always wanted to do. Well, to dance and maybe to design magnificent gowns.
You are an ambitious young woman.
Yes, I suppose.
Sergei Pavlovich Diaghilev. May I introduce to you?
Zoya Konstantinovna Osipov.
An open audition is scheduled for 1 week from today.
But you said that I...
Several of my dancers have fallen ill with the measles. The measles. Have you had them?
Yes. If we are to survive until we return to Russia, one of us must work. You are delicate. I am very strong, much stronger than I look.
You are right. There must be a suitable position for a young woman such as yourself. Your French and English is excellent. Perhaps you could teach.
It doesn't really matter what I do, as long as I take care of us. It's my turn.
Do you remember when you were a little girl? You used to play at dressing up.
I pretended I was a shop owner selling dresses to nobility.
Even then, you rebelled against your title. But You are a little countess with your own sense of style. Perhaps you could decorate hats like Vladimir's daughter.
Perhaps. Are you all right?
Yes, why wouldn't I be?
Oh, you're standing outside when you know perfectly well that Grandmama is inside.
No, I did not come to see your grandmother. I thought maybe you would like to have a ride, and then I would get you some supper, and then perhaps we could...
No, not tonight, Vladimir. I need to talk to Grandmama about something very important. Besides, she likes to have much more notice before going out to a restaurant. But thank you for asking. I'll tell her you came by.
Zoya, where have you been all day? I've been so worried.
I was trying to find work, and I'm happy to say I was successful.
A position has opened with Vladimir's daughter?
Not exactly. Would you like some tea?
No.
No tea. I am going to dance with the Ballet Russe for the great Diaghilev.
A dancer? You are going to be a dancer? A relation of the imperial family, Zoya, this is out of the question.
But, Grandmama, you said we needed the money.
I would rather starve than see my granddaughter prostitute herself.
I beg your pardon, that is not what I'm doing. I am a dancer. It's what I know, it's what I love. I don't want to sit in some dark basement sewing flowers on hats. I am going to dance to help us survive.
If you want us to survive, a better way is to marry Vladimir.
What?
Marry Vladimir. I sense he is interested.
An arranged marriage to a man old enough to be my father?
My marriage to your late grandfather was just such a match.
Yes, I know, and I'm glad that it worked for you. But I would rather die than marry a man that I don't love. And for all of his kindness, I'm not in love with Vladimir. Please try to understand. I shall remember it every day and dream about it every day.
It was wonderful. Champagne. To Paris, to ballet, to Zoya.
It was a wonderful evening. But I am tired. Forgive me if I retire.
I too am very tired. Again, congratulations, mistress.
Thank you.
and walk you out.
That would be a pleasure.
The flowers are beautiful.
I wish I could buy you all the flowers in the world.
So, do you think the Allies will be able to hold the Germans back?
If not, Paris will fall to barbarians. The only hope is that more American soldiers will arrive.
It's getting late.
Zoya.
No, don't, please. You have been such a good friend to us. Let's not do anything to change that. I'm sorry.
I will always be here for you.
Oh, Sava. What is going on? It's the Americans! They are marching into the city!
Our dreams had come true. The American soldiers had come to liberate France from the Germans. I'd never seen Americans before. And it was as though 1,000 heroes were marching a foot away from me. Each one of them, so strong, so powerful. Each one of them wearing an expression, saying he would be the one to save Paris from the Germans. I was awash with a feeling I had never felt before. Awash with joy and overflowing with happiness. And certain that my life was about to change. General Pershing himself attended the ballet and, to our great surprise and delight, invited our entire company to a reception at his Paris home. Grandmama would never have allowed me to attend, so I elected not to ask.
How do you do? Happy to meet you too. Yeah, enchanté.
Hello.
Well, Ray, let's go. Thank you very much. Hello. Thank you.
Excusez-moi, mademoiselle. Est-ce qu'il y a quelque chose que je peux faire?
Non, merci, je suis bien.
Ah, that's about all the French I know, except for maybe asking what time it is. Quelle heure est-il, mademoiselle?
Mademoiselle. French class.
Well, I would have paid much more attention if I'd known I'd meet you someday. Captain Clayton Andrews, attaché to General Pershing.
Zoya Ustupov, dancer with the Ballet Russe.
Russian?
Yes.
Well, your English is terrific.
Well, I knew I would meet you someday, so I did pay attention.
Would you?
Yes, I'd love to.
So, how long have you been a dancer?
Oh, about 12 years, but I've only been with the Ballet Russe for a few months. Have you been a soldier?
I dressed up like one when I was 5, but I only enlisted 2 years ago. Mademoiselle Ustupov.
Zoya.
Clayton.
General would like to see you now, sir.
All right. Would you excuse me for just a moment? I'll only be a few minutes.
Zoya! Zoya, the last truck is ready to take us back to the city. Hurry or you'll miss it.
Come on, ladies, hurry up now. Right, ready.
Damn it.
Good morning, Grandmama.
What with the celebrations in the streets last night, I thought it best for you to have an escort. I sent Vladimir to the theater. He said you already had several escorts in a truck.
American soldiers. I attended a party to which I was invited by General Pershing himself. We all were. Invited by the general. Well, actually by his attaché. It was his way of thanking us for the performance.
Your way of life has turned into everything I feared.
All I did was dance.
You danced in the arms of men to whom you've not been formally introduced?
An American soldier who was both educated and well-mannered.
Excellent. In that case, he would have no trouble in understanding that he may never see you again.
She loves you very much.
It would be better if she trusted me.
It's of no use. She sees me only as a friend.
And I see you, my dear prince, as a man who gives up far too easily. I am not well. But before I go, I must be sure that Zoya is not left alone among strangers. You are one of us. You understand our traditions, and you care for her. As Zoya's only remaining family, it is my duty to choose her husband, Prince Vladimir.
He dropped these last night.
Well, how careless of me. They're beautiful.
Say, are you hungry?
Starved. They're not allowed to eat before a performance.
Oh, then, Mademoiselle Ustupov, would you be my guest for a late supper?
Captain Clayton Andrews, my grandmother would not approve, but I would love to.
So tell me, why exactly does your grandmother think it's wrong to eat late?
It's not really eating
It's a
late.
common belief, you know. It's not the first time I've heard that opinion expressed. You know, I once knew a fellow that...
It's not eating late that my grandmother disapproves of. It's handsome American soldiers.
I bet I could win her over.
My grandmother saved my life. Maybe we could just have dinner.
May I see you in?
I don't think so.
Your grandmother.
My brother was in the Tsar's army. He was killed, and that same night our home was raided.
Zoya, you don't
But
have to tell me this.
No, I want you to know. My grandmother and I hid, and we watched as they killed my father and my mother. My grandmother has done everything for me. She's quite a spectacular person.
Spectacular is obviously a trait that runs in your family. Zoya, may I say something personal to you?
Would you care to tell me where you have been?
Yes, Grandmama, I would. I was at the most wonderful dinner with an American soldier. We walked and walked. His name is Clayton Andrews.
Is this the soldier with whom you previously danced?
He is a captain. He is a good man.
Zoya, I will not permit you to be treated as a plaything.
Grandmama, listen, please.
I shall do no such thing. Your brother was a good man. He took a dancer to his bed, knowing full well he would not marry her. He ruined her reputation and her future.
I beg your pardon, Grandmama, but you are wrong. He did not ruin her. She made her choices. I am going to make mine. And since my brother and my mother and my father are all dead, I alone shall decide my future.
Zoya, we have been through a great deal together. I cannot allow you to throw away your life on a man who is not one of us. I believe one day soon the White Army will win, and we will return to Russia. How could you face your cousin the Tsar if you've given yourself to a common soldier?
Oh, Grandmama, I haven't given myself to...
Forgive me, Zoya, Countess, I have terrible news.
Vladimir, what is it?
They've killed him, Countess. They've killed the Tsar and the whole family.
It isn't just the death of the Tsar or her health. It's all of her memories. She won't talk about them. She can't bear to remember the past, and she refuses to accept the present.
There was something I could do to help.
Just be with me. Some days, I just think of you.
Merci, monsieur.
It's more than just a cold, isn't it?
She has an illness inside of her.
Is there anything that you can do?
I'll do whatever I can.
Thank you.
Fyodor served our family since I was a child. He was so strong. And now he's gone.
And I grow weaker day by day.
Grandmama, please don't.
I cannot rest until I have ensured your future. Vladimir is a good man, a Russian prince, and he loves you.
Please try to understand. I don't love Vladimir. Grandmama, the world has changed.
The sun and moon are still above us, and the men still make promises they know they cannot keep. Zoya, you know so little of the world. You cannot trust a soldier. Marriage to Vladimir is best.
This area's off limits.
Clayton! Theodore died.
I'm sorry. I know how much you depend on...
Grandmama wants to arrange a marriage for me. I told her that she shouldn't.
I'm leaving. Being sent to the front. I don't want you to wait for me.
But you love me.
Let's move, Andrews.
I have to go.
I know you love me. I can see it. I can feel it.
I have to go now, Zoya.
Then tell me that you don't love me. Tell me that you don't.
I don't expect to come back. Please don't wait for me.
Grandmama had become terribly ill. We functioned miserably without Fyodor, and each night I went to bed, dreading the dreams I would have about Clayton. I never heard from him. I had no idea if he was dead or alive. The ballet had deserted the city. Grandmama was too ill to travel, and I wouldn't leave her behind. There was no place else to go, so I stayed. People were saying that soon the war would be over. I had no hope of ever seeing Clayton again. And then, Grandmama said the time had come for marriage to Vladimir. The truth was, Vladimir had been very kind to us, bringing us food and always paying for the doctor. We were safe and well-fed and fairly comfortable. And I can't remember ever being so unhappy in all of my life.
Countess?
Grand Duke Cyril, it is good to see you.
And I to see you. And you, Prince Vladimir. And of course, though late, please accept my condolences, Countess.
What news of the revolution and of the White Army?
The only happiness we know now is here. Of Russia, we know nothing.
It seemed as if everyone was awakened together from the terrible nightmare of war. Sons were coming home, children were smiling again, champagne was flowing freely, and men and women who were strangers to each other found themselves dancing in the streets.
Zoya, finally I have something to be happy about. Ah. They put me with intelligence and I wasn't allowed to write or call. Then the lines broke down and the mail was cut off. I got into the city an hour ago.
Welcome home.
Zoya, I do love you. I do love you very much. And for Madame.
very kind.
Let's see. Oh, you didn't have to get me a present.
Zoya doesn't like presents?
You are my present.
You're mine. Are you thinking that my giving gifts is inappropriate?
It's very kind, Captain Andrews.
I had the salesgirl show me a dozen fragrances. She must have thought I was crazy, but when she showed me this one, I just knew.
Thank you.
Madame Ossipov, may I have your permission to take Zoya for lunch?
I'm afraid we need to...
I think Zoya would like that very much.
Good.
Thank you.
We won't be long.
You've just made a serious mistake.
Perhaps. I don't think your grandmother likes me very much.
Oh, she's just trying to intimidate you because you're not Russian.
It's working.
Will your grandmother approve of me?
My grandmother definitely would have approved of you. I was married, Zoya.
Oh. But you're not married now.
No, my wife died.
Oh, I'm sorry.
And yes, I did love her. But now, I love you. So come on, let me drop off my bag and get washed up, huh? I'm famished.
Sir.
Would you like to have some tea while I change?
Yes, please.
All right, why don't you wait in there? Get some tea for the ladies? It'll just be a few minutes.
All right. Clayton? Hello?
I think this is the only option we have left open for us at this point. Do you think the
I thought you were going to wait for me downstairs.
A soldier wanted to chat, and your door was open. Maybe I should go.
No, it's fine. Really, it's fine. All right, now you'll know where to picture me when I'm not with you. Then again, if we don't get going, it's going to be time for supper. Would you rather I finished shaving, cleaning up?
I like it here. I think it's rather tasteful, don't you?
I don't think we should stay here.
Why, would General Pershing be angry?
It's just a guess, but I think the general has more pressing concerns.
Well, then, if he won't mind, I don't.
I mind. So I don't know if I can control myself around you.
What do you think might happen?
That's the problem. The more I think about what might happen, then I want it to happen. And so I don't know if I want to think about that at all. Besides, I'm awfully hungry. And I agree. The room is very tasteful, and can we go now?
Where will you take me?
is over.
No. Take me.
Zoya, would you be very kind and pick up the tea I ordered?
But Grandmama, Clayton will be here any minute.
I will keep him company until you return.
All right.
Merci, monsieur.
Why didn't she tell me she was a countess? It's not exactly something to be ashamed about.
Quite the contrary. However, I suspect she didn't tell you because it would have illustrated so clearly the differences between you.
Well, we have differences. I'll grant you that, Madame Osipov.
But I love her. I want to marry her. I'll do whatever...
And when the war is over, you will return with her to Russia, take your place there, and help Zoya in her many responsibilities as Countess?
Well, obviously, we haven't discussed every detail.
Every detail. He's telling you what you refuse to acknowledge. By marrying Zoya, you will destroy her position and her future.
With all due respect, your granddaughter loves me.
Love is not the issue at hand. I am Zoya's only family, and she will do as I ask. But I am afraid that if I forbid her to see you, she will mourn you for the rest of her life.
So, we both know Zoya wants to marry me, but you don't want her to. And you don't want to play the villain.
I must ask you to tell her that you've had a change of heart. She will be very hurt, but she will recover.
Are you sure you know what you're asking?
Quite sure.
Hello? All right, Captain Andrews, I know you now.
Oh, you do really?
Yes, I do.
And what do you know?
I know there's something you're not telling me.
Zoya, I'm being sent home. We ship out in a week.
Well, then there's not much time.
Zoya, I wanted to
No,
tell you...
no. It's my turn. If you're going to leave, then we need to talk about the whole thing.
Don't.
Has my grandmother been talking to you?
You know, I can't stop thinking about our age difference.
Please, do you know that Grandmama would have me marry a man even older?
And the worlds we grew up in, and the ones we live in now. You really are very different.
But you are my world.
I know. Zoya, you have family and an entire country waiting for you. The truth is, I have nothing to offer you. I'm sorry.
My grandmother was right. She said that men make promises they never intend to keep.
Zoya, I didn't promise anything.
Not
I
in
never
words.
promised.
But a woman can tell when a man makes a promise to her.
Zoya, try to...
Goodbye, Clayton. Have a nice trip to America. It was a bitter cold winter, followed by a soggy spring, and then in the summer, the ballet returned to Paris. I tried, but I found I could no longer dance. Diaghilev said my spirit had flown.
Good evening, Doctor.
It is not such a good evening.
Zoya, bring me the egg. We must talk. It is yours now. I give it to you. With it, you will remember your inheritance, your family, and me. Forgive me, Zoya.
There is nothing to forgive.
Zoya.
Grandmama, whatever we said to each other, I always loved you. And I know that you always loved me.
I always loved you. He wanted to marry you. I sent him away. Forgive me.
You saved my life.
Me, Vladimir. I have accepted somewhat reluctantly that you won't be my wife, but I refuse to accept that you will not eat. Everyone suffers from love, Zoya. The love and loss of family, the love of man and woman. We all feel the pain. But there are other feelings, too.
I know that, Vladimir. But right now, I can't feel anything else.
Le corsage va sortir. Ah oui? Et puis alors, la dentelle, qu'est-ce que vous voulez? Parfait. J'ai envie de l'acheter demain. Vas-y. Je sais.
Are you with General Pershing?
Yes, sir.
Do you know Captain Clayton Andrews?
No, sorry, sir.
Clayton!
Vladimir. Is everything all right?
Oh, yes. It is now.
Zoya. Welcome to America.
Ah, voila.
Oh, great. It's beautiful.
Sorry. Yes.
Clayton, I don't want anyone to know that I'm a countess. I just want to be an American wife.
Aha. My wife. And so you understand. This is an American tradition.
Throwing your wife on the bed is an American tradition?
At least several times a day.
Her name is Axel, and she is eagerly awaiting your arrival. She'll outfit you from top to bottom. And just use our name, and have everything sent to the house.
Oh, it looks elegant.
So do you. I'll see you tonight. I love you.
Would you like to see another one? Yes, please.
May I help you?
Yes, please. I'm looking for some evening wear, but these dresses don't have any prices on them.
Perhaps you'd be more comfortable at Macy's. It's down the street at Herald Square.
Lillian!
What's going on?
Ma'am, this young lady has no
I believe this young lady is Mrs. Clayton Andrews. Mr. Andrews telephoned me earlier, described her to me, and asked that we take very good care of her.
She doesn't exactly look...
If courtesy to my customers is too much for you to handle, my dear.
No, Madame Axel. I'd be happy to take care of her. Perhaps you would like to see our new line from Paris?
Yes, I'd like that very much. Thank you.
Have I mentioned that I think I want to marry you?
I believe so, but I would like to give it some thought.
Oh.
Excuse me. Where's the ladies' room? Upstairs. Thank you. I'll be right back.
Clayton's wife seems awfully young, don't you think?
She's scarcely more than a girl. They say she used to dance in the Folies Bergère.
Well, he's a changed man, and I'm not sure it's a change for the better. She's gone through so much.
Excuse me.
Clayton, we
There's
need
someone
to
who
talk.
wants to see you.
But I need to...
This will only take a moment.
All right. Duchess Marina. Oh, so Countess, what a joy it is to see that you are alive and well. And that you've married such a good man.
I met Grand Duchess Marina last week, and I wanted this to be a surprise.
It is. It's a wonderful surprise. Come, you must tell me everything.
Zoya? Sweetheart? What is it? Hey. What? Hmm?
I overheard some people at the party tonight insulting you because of me. They said that you had changed. Clayton, I don't want to be anything but good for you. It just seems that everything I do is wrong.
Everything you do is right. And the truth is, I have changed, Zoya. I've never been this happy. I'm sorry, darling. I'm sorry. I should have anticipated this, been more protective of you.
Well, you could start being more protective now.
Oh. And how do you suggest I do that, Mrs. Andrews?
You could start by buying a crib.
A crib?
Well, don't American babies sleep in the crib?
Zoya.
It's a baby. I think he may be perfect.
I think he may be hungry. After all, in 2 or 3 hours, many civilized people will actually be eating their breakfast. He deserves to start early.
Oh, will you hold him?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay, for me when I get ready. Oh, sweetheart. Nikki, come sit with me. Hurry, hurry.
Oh, here we go. Here we go.
Everybody smile.
I always remembered what Grandmama said, that only God knew the future. But with my husband and my children and my glorious life in America, I had forgotten what else she said. That God uses tragedy to teach many lessons.
The vet says that hearing loss is normal in a dog Sava's age, but it's still so sad. Isn't it so? Clayton. What is it?
Nothing. I was just thinking. Darling, let's just skip the symphony and stay home. Please.
Mama, Sasha's kicking Nanny Alice again.
Again.
Behave yourself. Oh, ow! Sasha, stop that!
Sasha, Don't ever hit anyone.
She wants me to look like a doll.
Sweetheart, no, I made this bow for you.
I want a hat, an engineer hat.
A what?
We went to see the train today, and the engineer waved to her.
And he wasn't wearing a bow.
Sasha,
Listen to me, Sasha. Listen now. I will do my best to get you a hat if you will try to wear the bow that Mama made you. And promise not to hit or kick. Hmm? No promise, no hat.
Promise.
Hmm?
Promise.
Oh, my. I'm sorry.
Sorry. I guess I should have let you finish what you started. I just hate to see her unhappy.
Well, she's going to have to be unhappy, Clayton. She is stubborn and willful, and her lessons are not going to come easy. And it doesn't help when you keep giving in to her.
Oh, you're right, of course. But tell me, does she remind you of anyone?
I wasn't that bad when I was a girl, and besides, I had a much more difficult mother. There's something else bothering you. Why don't you give me a turn at solving your problem?
My problem is that I'm tired and I've been working so hard. I sometimes forget to appreciate my beautiful and charming wife. Come on, we'll be late.
It's so sad they lost everything. He had borrowed money to buy out margin. That was his mistake.
Right, she's devastated. Not only is the fortune gone, now he's committed suicide.
Is there another woman?
There must be millions of them. But none for me.
You disappeared at the party. You haven't said a word to me since we left.
Zoya, you know that I would do anything in the world to protect you and the children.
Of course I do.
Business isn't good right now.
Better wake up before Nikki eats all the pastries. Too much scotch, sleepyhead? All right. We have a little sour cream and some caviar. Clayton, I am not getting back in this bed with you. All right. Clayton. 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 Oh, Clayton. Clayton. Wake up. Wake up. Wake up. Wstawaj. Clayton. Clayton. No. Nie. 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 Clayton. No.
Of course, he left everything to you, but at this time, that's a moot point.
I'm not sure I understand.
Yes. Not long ago, when the economic forecast was still uncertain, Clayton took advice from someone that I had considered not entirely credible. He suggested Clayton put his resources into the stock market.
How much went into the stocks?
Everything, and then some. He bought on margin, which means that in order for you to repay his debt, you probably will have to sell most of what you have. Mrs. Andrews, have you understood what I have said?
Yes, I do.
Perhaps you have someone you can call upon to help.
I have my children, Mr. Arnold. My children and I will take care of each other. We will be fine.
Deum in pace. Benedicat vos omnipotens Dei, Patris et Filii et Spiritus Sanctus.
When I was a little girl, some of my family went away, just like your daddy's gone away. But as long as we're together, we are still a family.
I don't like it here.
Okay, let's go. Say goodbye.
Bye, Daddy.
I love you. There was no grandmama to save my life, and no husband for me to lean on. For the first time, there was no one on whom I could depend.
Can't we stay a little longer?
No, we can't. But the sooner we leave, the sooner we can start our new life.
But I don't want a new life.
I know you don't, but sometimes what happens in life isn't what you choose to have happen. Now, we have to say goodbye so that we can say hello to whatever's coming next.
Will next be good?
There's no way of knowing. Come on. I grew up such an innocent girl. I was a Russian countess. I had a homeland, but I couldn't stay there. In this new country I called home, my marriage and my children were my whole life. Then suddenly, I was a widow. In the day, I was thrown for my children. In the night, I was afraid for them.
Mrs. Andrews!
You are...
Mrs. Malloy. And who might this be? Wait, don't tell me. I think I already know. You're the King of England, and you're the Queen of Spain.
I'm Nikki, and this is my sister, Sasha. Pleased to meet you.
Will you listen to that? Oh, children with manners. Don't think I've ever come across such a thing before. Come on now, come on. I think you're going to love it.
Mama, will Daddy know where to visit my dreams?
Yes, he will. Climb in.
Where do you sleep, Mama?
I sleep over there on the sofa.
Sav and I could sleep there if you wanted us to.
I want you to sleep right here.
down, lay down. Oh, tomorrow I'm going to go look for a job. Now you go to sleep, and you go to sleep, and you go to sleep. There, lay down, son.
Nice to see you, Gina. Sorry, honey. Yeah, you're gonna work. Oh, he's gonna love you. Sorry, sister, too short.
Too short? Are you sure?
Mr. Sigfield insists at least 5'10". Try them theaters about 3 blocks south. They might have a place for you.
Thank you.
All right, girls, we're gonna go to work.
Do a good deed for once in your life.
Why?
Say she used to be a ballerina.
Why, Nita?
Okay. All right, sister. You start tonight. 8:30. Sharp.
Right, now, Nikki is in charge while I'm gone. And if there are any problems that you can't handle, I want you to go downstairs and get Mrs. Malloy.
There won't be problems. Are you sure you can't stay and play with us?
Oh, sweetheart, if someone would pay me to, I would. You go to sleep, and you go to sleep, and soon you will be asleep, and you won't even know that I'm gone.
Yes, I will. I'll always know.
Go to sleep. Here, Sava, snuggle in. You keep them safe.
The first night was a nightmare. Luckily, the patrons, as they called them, were so drunk they didn't notice I was crying. The pay was barely adequate, and the stench was enough to knock you off your feet. But the hours were perfect. I could walk Nikki to and from school and spend the whole day with Sasha. It wasn't exactly the ballet rules, but I kept myself and my children warm and safe and fed.
Things like subjects on history.
Biography and autobiography, almost the same thing?
Well, no, autobiography is when a person writes about themselves. Biography is different. What is this?
This one's music.
Music? Why did you pick
Mama,
up that?
isn't that lady the neighbor at the house we have for the summer?
We don't have a summer house anymore. I don't think she saw us.
She saw you. She didn't want to remember us because we don't have money.
It's hot. Everyone's gone to their summer homes.
Summer homes? Honey, I work around summer homes. Our fire escapes.
That sounds nice. At our place, we don't even have one of those.
Okay, girls. Let you get changed. I'm closing early tonight. Okay? Jimmy, shut it down. Kev, that's it. Let's go. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
Lady, what are you doing?
My children and my dog are here.
Go in there, lady. lady, you gotta go with me.
Sasha!
My partner will get your daughter.
Sasha!
Now, where are you?
Come on, lady, go with me.
Sasha!
It's gonna be fine. Come on.
God was good to me that night. He spared my daughter. But we lost little Sava.
Mrs. Malloy said to ask if there's anything else you need.
You tell Mrs. Malloy that I have my 2 precious children and I don't need anything else. I'll be right down.
Sava saved our lives, Mama.
Every family I had ever known had been torn apart or taken from me. And I promised myself that day I would never let that happen again. It was a promise, however, I didn't know how to keep.
You have future plans?
Someone once said if you want to make God laugh, tell him your plans. The only thing I know is I'm never working at night again. And that I'm very grateful to you for watching the children while I look for a job.
Look both ways. So, you like nice clothes. Here we are.
Those are from Axel's. I don't shop there anymore.
I know a man who could turn that into the perfect interview garment for Axel's. You could work there.
Nikki! You are a friend, Mrs. Malloy. Thank you.
These are strange times. Today you're a prince, the next day a pauper.
Mommy, do you have to go look for work?
If we're going to eat, yes, I do. Thank you again for being such a good friend to us, Mrs. Malloy.
Oh.
Come on. Let's go see our new home.
Oh.
So, you are the Countess Zoya Konstantinova Osipov. And yet you want to work for me.
Well, my husband passed away a year and a half ago, and it has been very difficult for me and for my children. My husband was Clayton Andrews.
Yes, I thought you looked familiar.
You were very kind to me when I first came into your shop, and I'm afraid to say it's been over 10 years.
A lot has changed.
Yes, it has.
Tell me, do you have any retail experience?
None. But I have some ideas which might help your sales.
Yes.
Well, first of all, the hats and gloves and scarves are too far from the dresses. They need to be closer together so that when selling a dress, one can also sell the proper accessories with ease.
Go on.
I have an idea. Actually, it's an idea I've had since I was a little girl in Russia. It would happen something like this. A saleswoman would, on request, assemble complete outfits to present to certain valued customers in the privacy of a special sitting room. Now, the saleswoman would have to understand the likes and dislikes of her customers, and would also have to have an understanding of the kind of functions that they attend.
And the saleswoman would be?
Well, not only could I provide this service, but I would also be able to train other saleswomen.
There are a lot of nouveau riche among our clientele, yearning for a sense of class that their new money can't buy. It would really be a feather in their caps to be waited on by a countess.
Oh, they wouldn't have to know.
If I gave you the job, which of course would only be on a trial basis, I would want to utilize your background as a sales tool. I would want you to be known as Countess Zoya. It's your choice, of course. But without your title, you're just a salesgirl.
The good news was I had a job, and my family had a secure financial future. The not-so-good news was that work kept me away from home, which is exactly where I ought to have been. Nikki took it in stride, but Sasha was different.
There's a telephone call for you. It's Sasha.
It seemed that no matter how much of my free time I spent with her,
Sasha, I'm working right now.
it was never enough.
No, I already said no. No. We will talk about this when I get home.
Time raced by, and suddenly, Nikki was at Princeton. Sasha was 14, and I was second in command to Axel, who asked that I accompany her on a buying trip to Paris. It was 1938. 2 decades since I had come to America, and I felt ready to go back. Of course, Sasha thought the trip was a terrible idea.
Mom, I do have to catch that bus.
Relax. Princeton's not going anywhere.
Yeah, but I don't want to have to take a taxi.
Why are you dragging us to some dumb house?
Sasha!
I thought you were rushing off to Paris.
All right. Tell me, what do you think of our new home?
Swell. It's great. You did a great job.
Was there any reason you didn't bother consulting us about this?
No, Sasha. I was so sure that you'd love it.
Imagine that. You were wrong.
Oh, come on, Sash. Mom did a lot of work.
Sasha, I didn't mean to exclude you.
So when I'm through with Princeton, am I out on the street?
No, you have a room upstairs. And you have a room upstairs.
Can we really afford this? I mean, I was kind of hoping to finish college.
She can afford it.
She saves piles now that no private schools will accept me. I thought you might like the afternoon sun.
It's fine.
Sasha, what is it? If I can do better or be better, tell me and I will.
Why don't you know what I like and don't like? I know about you. I could probably buy you a present and get you something you actually liked.
I made a mistake.
Is that how your mother treated you? Like who you really were didn't matter as much as who she wanted you to be?
I'll tell you what. Before I leave for Paris, why don't we do the whole room all over again?
It's fine.
Attends-moi, je serai à la maison à 7 heures.
Geneviève, je te verrai ce soir.
J'arrive.
Merci, monsieur.
It feels like Paris.
You were expecting something else? Yes, champagne, I told you. Simon, there you are.
Excel, I was afraid you weren't coming. But I thought of your Upper East Side ladies with last year's fashions.
Zoya, this is Simon Hirsch, who makes a lot of what we sell.
Well, you may be buying more American-made if Europe goes to war again. Pleased to meet you. Countess Zoya.
Yes.
Where are you staying?
The Georges V.
So am I. Why don't we have dinner tonight? Pick you up early for a little sightseeing. Hemingway used to practically live here. Supposedly, this is where he wrote A Farewell to Arms, or most of it.
Zoya lived in Paris during the war.
Really?
Yes.
My parents came directly from Russia to the States. Actually, from a small town on the Russian-Polish border in 1905. The Jews were fleeing a terrible series of pogroms. Do you know what?
What?
I'm talking too much. Cheers.
Cheers.
I'm sorry, Axel was tired.
I'm not. I mean, I'm glad I got the opportunity to spend some time with you.
And your father?
These days he's talking about Russia again. He says he misses Russia. Do you?
Well, sometimes there's a longing to see it again. I wonder if the memories of growing up in Russia are real or built from romantic stories my grandmother used to tell me.
You like romantic stories?
Doesn't everybody?
Tell me about your children.
Well, first of all, they're perfect.
Glad you finally got here. Come on.
Where is she?
She's in the bathroom.
Sasha, are you in there?
Sasha! Come out!
Coming out, Sasha, I'm coming in.
You know what's good, Mickey? Gin's good. It's good.
Sasha, you've had too much. Come on, let's go. Run. Oh. All this because Mom's gone?
Is Mom away? Gee, I hadn't noticed.
She loves you, Sasha.
It's funny. Hadn't noticed that either.
Now, if I'm not mistaken, right across the street here, there should be a patisserie.
I'm starving. Absolutely. I'm so hungry.
I thought that was the two of
perfect.
you.
Aha!
Did you leave anything for anyone else to buy?
Oh, presents for the children.
The perfect children.
Yes.
They're our last purchases.
We leave tomorrow.
Well, we should have dinner together. What time?
No, I'm afraid I have to pack and I have to get to bed early. Why don't you take Axel? She's the night owl. I'm a mess. It was nice meeting you. Goodbye.
I'm sorry. I tried.
C'était très très bon.
I know what you're thinking, but I made my arrangements months ago. Honestly, I'm not following.
Pity.
So you never married?
I was engaged once. She left me for a man who worked less and made more money. And with my work, I haven't really had time for that kind of commitment.
I'm not sure if time motivates people to make that kind of commitment. Although I must say that since my husband died, I haven't had time for anything. Sasha was 4 when it happened. She adored him. Now she barely remembers him. I do.
you like to dance?
I'd love to. Don't do that again.
I won't.
Mom, you look great.
So do you. Oh, this is my friend, Mr. Simon Hirsch.
Nice to meet you, Mr. Hirsch.
Same here. It's nice to finally see the person I've been hearing so much about. I'll take it, thanks.
Where's your sister?
She's not feeling very well.
All right, aren't you telling me about Sasha?
What aren't you telling me about Mr. Hirsch?
I can't believe you got kicked out of public school. I didn't even think they did that.
I didn't even think you cared.
Oh, Sasha, stop whining. Now, you have to go to school. Why? Are you so determined to make this so difficult?
Determination's a good quality.
You are throwing your life away, and it's not amusing.
I'm sorry that you're not entertained, Mom, but I'm living my life the way I want to. Just like you live yours.
You are a child. It's not the same.
No, it's not the same, and I'll tell you why. Because no matter what I do, or how hard I try, or what I look like, or what I wear, it'll never be enough. So you'll win. You'll always win.
Now, don't argue with me. Women who work as hard as you do need vacations. Not to mention someone to arrange them for you.
Separate rooms?
New Englanders are very discreet.
I don't see why. I haven't seen any other guests.
Well, there's a reason for that. I reserved the whole place.
Simon.
Do you realize that since we've gotten back from Paris, I have barely touched you?
Our tea is getting cold. It's very quiet here.
Just the sound of my heart. Zoya, I don't want to let you go.
I didn't think I could ever feel this way again.
Because I don't just want to make love to you. I want to love you and be loved by you forever.
I'm afraid there's no such thing as forever.
This is an awfully romantic moment for you to be taking what I say so literally. Zoya, the past is only worth what we make of it. I'll tell you what. Marry me. Marry me.
Simon, do you have any idea what that would mean?
Well, for one thing, Nikki and Sasha. And for another thing, my mother will ask you to convert.
Simon, I don't think you realize what this...
No, I don't. I don't realize anything, and none of it matters. I just know that I love you. And that I will try anything if it means that you'll be my wife.
Then yes.
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 I know this may not come as much of a surprise, but Simon has proposed to me, and I have accepted. I've given notice at Excel's. We were planning on getting married over Labor Day weekend.
Mom, that's great. Congratulations. Welcome to the family, Mr. Hirsch. Simon.
Didn't this happen kind of fast?
It happened because we began a friendship, Sasha. That's often how these things happen.
Thanks for the tip, Mom. Is he gonna move in with us?
Sasha.
Nikki, no. Let her be angry if she wants to be. Maybe she'll be angry enough that she won't have to be angry anymore. And to answer your question, we haven't discussed that yet.
I, for one, would like to make this as easy as possible for everyone.
Great. Look, if the two of you want to walk down the straight and narrow, that's fine and dandy with me. As long as he doesn't think he's gonna be my father. I already had one. He's dead.
I will. Sorry.
Hey, wait up. Sash.
Do you remember that awful place we lived in after Daddy died? The place that burned down. Then after that, Mom went back to work. We never saw her.
It could be worse, you know.
Thanks.
Now, Mom's trying. She's trying to spend some more time at home lately. You heard her. She said she gave Excel her notice.
It's a little late for that. You'll be away at school. She'll be with him.
Come on, Sash. She's only getting married. She's not going anywhere. Neither am I, really.
Do you promise?
I promise. Huh?
And now, by the power vested in me, I pronounce you husband and wife. You may kiss the bride.
Keys for?
I can't quite remember. It might help if we just get to this window over here. What is that?
Is this on the level?
It's a selfish gift, Nikki. I thought maybe you'd come home more often if you had your own car.
I don't know what to say.
Well, that says it all. Sasha, I bet you thought I forgot you. Well, I did not. For you.
Oh, it's lovely. Yes, it is. Thank you.
You're welcome. I think there is just one more unopened gift here.
It's beautiful.
Well, look, it says Zoya.
Oh, no. Simon, you've given me enough already. No.
Impossible. Open it up.
It's a beautiful photograph, Simon. Thank you.
But you have absolutely no idea what it is, right?
No.
What have you been talking about for the past few weeks? Obsessing about, dreaming about, describing in every glorious detail.
Describing in detail and dreaming about. It's my own store.
Mm-hmm.
My own store.
You like it?
Oh, Simon. Oh, Simon, it's the most wonderful present I'll ever get. Thank you. Thank you.
So when do you think we'll really be open?
Well, as long as we keep on schedule, we should be ready by the beginning of September.
6 months. It's cutting it close.
Well, even if we're delayed a few weeks, we'll be open in time for holiday shopping.
No, not for the holiday, Simon. For the baby.
Baby? Whose baby? What baby?
I'm pretty certain it's yours.
Zoya, I didn't think...
Neither did I. But that's how these things happen. Simon, this is good news.
No. This is spectacular news. A baby.
A baby.
Baby. Prepare to celebrate.
What's the special occasion?
Care to venture a guess? Zoya?
Well, this may come as a bit of a surprise, but I'm expecting.
That's swell. Yeah, it comes of a bit of a surprise, but it's great. It's really
Sasha?
great.
Sasha? You look stunned.
I'd say more embarrassed than stunned. Sasha, it's bad enough that you married someone you barely know, but to have a baby.
I'm not interested in your opinion.
Sasha, why can't you just speak?
Happy, is that what you want? You want me to be happy because once again my mother will have a damn good reason not to pay any attention to me.
Sasha! What I want, and what your mother wants, and what your mother has always wanted, is for you to find some real happiness of your own.
There are times when I don't know whether to slap her or just take her in my arms and rock her and tell her everything's going to be all right.
It won't be. Not until she gets out from under whatever it is that's got her caught.
Sometimes I feel like a bad mother.
Well, you can't be. We have Irwin to consider.
Irwin?
Yeah, that was my great-grandfather's name. You don't like the name?
No.
It's a very good name.
Irwin.
Irwin Hirsch.
Oh.
Irwin Hirsch.
Irwin Hirsch.
Yeah.
No.
You wanted to see me?
I did. I do. I just wanted to tell you what a terrific job you did this summer.
I like it here. I like working with you. Thanks for giving me the chance.
Well, the best thanks that you could give me would be to come back next summer.
You got a deal.
Listen, your mother's store is opening next week. And I have a little surprise cooked up for her, but I need your help. I've already talked to Axel.
Sure, I'd love to.
Come on, I want to show you something. You have to be patient.
I don't have patience. What is going on? Well, we know how much trouble you've had trying to decide on a name for this store.
So Simon came up with an idea.
You ready? You ready?
Yes.
Go!
You thought of this?
Guilty.
You like it? You don't like it?
Oh, I love it.
What?
There's just one more thing that would make this moment complete.
Ask and you shall receive.
A taxi.
Taxi.
I'm having our baby.
Taxi. Taxi! Taxi! Taxi!
Stay.
Taxi!
Stay.
Taxi!
Go, 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 go. Go, go, go. Go, go. He's so beautiful. We have to name him.
Irwin.
No, not Irwin.
What about Matthew?
Matthew Hirsch.
He likes it.
Matthew Simon Hirsch. I like it.
You like it. Just like it. You don't love it.
I love it.
And I love you, Mrs. Hirsch. Mother of our child.
First date, by the way, since the separation was with his wife, and she refuses to go out with any of
I know you don't believe me, but I was gonna come.
You're right. I don't believe it.
Interrupt this program for a special news
Wait a
bulletin
second.
from our studios in New York. At dawn this morning, the German army, under the direction of Chancellor Adolf Hitler, invaded Poland. A move which is expected to bring declarations of war from both England and France within days, if not sooner.
We shouldn't think about that now.
This is Matthew.
I'm Matthew.
This door opened officially in September 1939.
I can't believe it.
Believe it, your name's on it. And they're buying things.
I know.
Well, unfortunately, we won't be able to return to Paris for any more buying with the war.
We'll have to use American designers then.
Some of them are quite good.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Bring fresh blood into the store.
Yes, and what about you, young man?
Well, I'm a senior this year. Once I'm done with school, you guys can have me full time. It is if you want me.
I don't know. Do we want him?
Maybe.
We'll think about it. Hello?
Hi.
Hello?
Hello.
Oh, how's my big boy, Matthew?
He's perfect. I expected you earlier. What, more government work?
We were awarded another contract. Outerwear for all branches of the service.
Well, that's good, isn't it?
Making money off an imminent war. Europe suffering at Germany's hand. I'm not all that comfortable with it.
But it's not our war.
Let me see your horse. Let me see your horsey. Huh? Not yet. Oh, come here, sweetie. Come here, sweetie.
I don't know how I lived through the last war, losing my family the way I did. I don't know if I can handle another one.
Zoya, you are the strongest person I know. Yeah. You can handle anything. What? What? Let me see.
Who's that?
Oh, I see.
really?
I see.
Oh, Oh, thank you.
I think you're gonna like it. This is a great place. You a regular?
Not exactly. So, what are you gonna do after graduation?
Simon's offered me a job. He's advancing.
It's great.
Not exactly your favorite person, huh?
How can he be when you are? You know, sometimes I think you're the only person who knows me, who even likes me.
Now listen, someday you're gonna meet a guy
Bro,
head over heels.
this is the guy you stood me up for, huh?
Don't be
Some
silly.
college
This
kid?
is my brother. This is my brother, Nicky.
Yeah, and I'm
This is Nicky.
and I'm Mr. Rucker.
No, it's okay.
So we gotta do
No, I
it.
said get your hands up.
It's my brother! Just hold it there.
It's no big deal.
Right. Inch higher, you would have lost an eye.
Oh, no problem.
You're gonna have a shiner. I'm sorry.
Oh, you couldn't have known the guy was gonna be there. And that he'd be such a moron. You actually go out with that guy?
He's a little overbearing, isn't he? But he thought I was wonderful.
Well, then he's smarter than he acts. Then again, so are you.
Just hold it there.
Ow.
Sorry.
Oh. Sasha, I'm trying to help her. Trying to, I don't know, be her friend.
Well, she barely speaks to me. She's convinced I come between her and your mother. She even pretends to hate Matthew, which obviously she doesn't.
The truth is that Sasha and Mom haven't been on the same wavelength for years. Not since Dad died. Here you go,
Paper.
son.
Wow.
What's this all about?
I ask that the Congress declare that since the unprovoked
and dastardly attack by Japan on Sunday, December 7th, 1941, a state of war has existed between the United States and the Japanese Empire.
Have mercy on us, it's happened.
It's okay to cry, Mom.
You take care of yourself.
You're a good boy, man.
Daddy loves you very much, Matthew. You remember that. Come here. Give Daddy a big hug. Oh. I love you.
You can take him to the car now. Thank you, Mommy.
You can't let anything happen to you.
And you can't let anything happen to my car.
Mickey, don't go. I couldn't stand it if I lost you.
Hey, who said anything about losing? Look, whether I come back with one leg or two, or even in a pine box, I'll still be your brother. But you still got my car.
It's all right. You know that you were my first and only love.
My mother's husband and her son were in the army at the same time.
There is a difference, Zoya. Your son and your husband are coming home from this war. Have I ever broken a promise?
I have never loved anyone the way that I love you.
Now we should catch that bus.
I love you, Zoya.
I love you.
After basic training, Nicky was sent to flight school in England, and Simon, with his knowledge of the German language and his desire to fight in Europe, was, of course, sent to the Pacific. I hoped my time alone with Sasha would bring us closer together, but without Nicky as our common bond, it was as if there was no place where the two of us fit.
You got a sister?
You're my sister's sister.
I got a brother in the service.
Yeah? Well, if you knew what we were doing, you'd probably knock my block off.
I thought you were in bed asleep.
Wrong again. It's where I'm on my way to now.
Sasha, where have you been all night?
Actually, I was helping out with the war. I was supporting our troops.
Well, you reek of alcohol and tobacco. Please shower before you rest.
I would like to thank all of the Countess Zoya employees for working so very, very hard on our drive, and I would like to encourage you all to do the same. And as you can see, we've done very, very well. Thank you. Thank you for
Dear Mom, still can't believe I've been gone for so long. But I'm real happy to hear about your profits going toward the purchase of war bonds. I think it's the right thing to do, and in some way it makes me feel that it might help bring me and Simon home that much
It's strange to be
sooner.
so far away from a person and still feel so close. I love you from dawn to dusk, and I share every dream with you. I miss you, Zoya.
Don't worry, Mom. I'm coming home. I promise.
Sasha. I didn't think you'd be up.
I was waiting for you.
What's wrong? There's no news, is there? Nikki's not here.
No, there's no news.
Good night.
Sash? I got scared today. About your brother and Simon. I left work hours ago. I didn't make any dinner. I've just been sitting here. I was thinking maybe we could talk.
I'm pretty beat.
He says, I can't believe my Matthew is in kindergarten already. Tell him for me to be a good student and a good friend, and to remember, girls aren't as bad as they seem.
You're a girl, right?
That's right. I am a girl. He says, glad Nikki's okay, but Zoya, make peace with Sasha.
What does that mean?
It's grown-up stuff, baby. Let's see. He says that he loves us so much, and he loves us like crazy. He misses us so much, he can't believe it.
Hey, Matthew. What are you making?
Sandwiches.
Can I have one?
Yeah.
He says that he wants to hug all of us, and he is counting the days until he...
Oh, good.
Until he comes home. That's all. Now let's make some sandwiches.
Okay.
Should we make a sandwich for Daddy? Let's make a sandwich for Daddy, and we'll save it until he comes home.
Just please don't let it be Nikki. Please not Nikki.
No. It's not Nikki.
What one?
Thank you, Matthew. Which one is this?
Butterfly.
Shalom. Imramah. Who?
It took 2 weeks before the army returned Simon's body. I remember Nikki being with me, and I remember Matthew crying. I don't remember Sasha at all.
Be right back. Where are you going?
I don't know. Anywhere people are happy.
I don't get it, Sasha. When everyone else is happy, you're sad. When everyone's sad, you just want to go get cheered up.
I was never much of a crowd pleaser, was I, Nikki?
Maybe you just want to win.
Which means what?
I don't know. But I'll tell you something, little sister. I've given it a lot of thought. When I was away, I thought about it a lot. Maybe you don't care about whether you have a family or not, but I do, and you're part of my family. So would you at least look at me? You see, the way that I figure it is if you're a person who feels that they don't really matter, what you really need to do is win. So no matter what game you're playing, you always have to come out on top. Or play it better, or just be different for the sake of being different. Anyway, that's what I think about you.
You think you're pretty sharp, don't you, Nicky?
I didn't say this to upset you, Sasha. Look, I think that Mother really needs us tonight. Both of us.
All right, darling. Take my hand.
Tara had to run.
Hi.
Hi.
Anything wrong?
I was at lunch and I stopped home, and Sasha was there. It seemed like she wanted to talk, but when I tried, she wouldn't. Maybe I say the wrong things.
Maybe it doesn't help that her mother runs an empire.
I wouldn't call this an empire.
You run an empire, Mom. Your dream of being a shopkeeper came true. Simon told me.
He had hoped that eventually you would run the business. And then someday Matthew would come and work with you. But he left Sasha out of the equation. Oh, he certainly provided for her very well, but he didn't include her in the business. Maybe you should have.
Sasha?
I think we should offer her a job.
Okay.
Good. When you do it, tell her it was your idea. I'll see you later.
All right.
So fun, so beautiful.
I don't know about the pink. The flower in your hat looks lovely next to your skin. See if we can match that. It's nice to see. That's nice.
Taxi!
Hey, Marshall, tell him to wait.
Thank you.
Stephanie, have you seen my sister?
I don't know. She hasn't been in since you left on a buying trip.
Okay, thanks.
I won't do it again, I promise.
You're right. You won't do it again. Now get up. Where's the coffee?
There isn't any coffee.
Sasha, are you in some kind of trouble?
It's a guy. I just met him. What can I say?
What can you say? Oh, here's an idea. Why don't you tell the guy that you have to work for a living? That if you feel like taking a day off here or a day off there, that you'll get your ass kicked out of a job.
I know. Okay, I know. He's so neat, though, Nicky. Have you ever been in love?
Well, kind of.
You can't kind of be in love. Either you are or you're alone.
I'm promising someone tonight.
You're getting married? Why didn't you tell us? Why didn't you tell me?
I'm sorry, Sasha, but the thing is, I really didn't know if she was going to say yes. She's from this old New England family, and for her to marry the son of an immigrant.
Wait a minute, don't tell me you think you're not good enough for her.
Yeah, it was kind of her idea to keep our dating quiet. We worried we didn't have enough in common.
But you love her, right?
Yeah, I do. I just hope she'll have me.
She should, Nicky. If she has half a brain in her head, she should.
Nicky, what if I don't like her?
First, you're worried that she won't like you. Now you're worried that you won't like her.
Well, it's important to me that we get along. It's something I've always wanted. What if I don't like Sasha? She really does sound like a wild...
Elizabeth, who are you marrying?
Oh, let me see.
Let's not forget that.
Okay. Oh, but it is socially acceptable to be a little late, don't you think?
There I can see the finish line, but I can still smell this smoke. And I'm praying I don't blow when all of a sudden the car that's been on my rear explodes in a ball of flame with metal flying everywhere and the driver's running across the field on fire. And just like that, I crossed the finish line.
That means you won?
That it does, my boy, and that's what makes horse racing.
They have cars at horse races?
No, sweetheart. No, they don't.
But don't you think the clothes during the war were just awful? I mean, I don't understand why they couldn't have spent a little less money on tanks and a touch more on the women waiting at home.
Were you waiting for someone, Elizabeth?
Well, that was a little while ago, and he was just a friend.
I would like to make a toast.
All right.
To our family being together, and to Matthew's father, Simon, who we wish very much could be with us tonight. To family, future, and time, which, if I remember correctly, my great-grandmother said was always kind because it gives back to us what we've lost, through memories and wisdom. Cheers.
Cheers.
And also, this evening I would like to present to all of you my future wife, Elizabeth McReary Boyd.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Congratulations, baby.
Thank you.
Congratulations, my dear.
Thank you.
Please. Thank you for coming on such short notice. I thought we should talk face to face.
Thanks again for the other night. Do you mind if I smoke?
As a matter of fact, Freddie, I do. It's a lovely case.
Yeah, it's from Sasha. Whatever made you name her Sasha?
Forgive me for being frank, but how much will it take to get you out of my daughter's life?
Are you this way with all of Sasha's suitors?
I have collected some literature on your life. I would say a more appropriate name for you would be con artist, or perhaps even imposter.
Well, you can't believe everything.
My daughter is very wealthy. Did you think you would not be investigated?
Does it matter to you that Sasha loves me?
It would, if you loved her.
Freddie and I are in love with each other.
Sasha, I've been to a private investigator.
But I don't care what you found out. Besides, it's too late. Freddie and I were married this afternoon. And I'm pregnant.
Well, what do you think?
Oh.
It was my wedding gift to Elizabeth.
Well, if she doesn't love it, she's crazy.
What she really wanted was a house in Connecticut.
When she gets that, she'll love it too.
What is it?
I was just remembering the day you were born. Where did those 29 years go?
I love you, Mom.
I love you too, baby. Now, come.
What are you doing? Another wedding gift?
No, move over.
No, I can't take this.
It's your sweetheart to give to your firstborn. To teach her, or him, the story of our family. So that our history, my life, and the lives of all of those whom we have loved, who have come and gone, will never be forgotten.
I'll be home as soon as I can, Elizabeth. Yes, I promise, darling. What? When? Yeah, I will. I love you too. Okay, bye. Just after I left, Sasha called. She had her baby. It's a girl. She named it Zoe.
The next few years plodded by.
I gotta go, Mom. Love you, bye.
When Matthew's friends started going to boarding school, he wanted to be with them. Finally, I relented. Nikki and Elizabeth were happy, but I never heard from Sasha. For the first time in my life, I was completely and utterly alone.
Hello. May Zoe and I come in? Of course. It's hard to see Zoe sleeping in my old bed. You haven't changed the room at all.
I was the one who liked it in the first place, remember? Come on.
I don't live with Freddie anymore. Maybe I should have let you show me what that private investigator found. He hit me a few times.
Not exactly an educational experience you want for your
Mom,
daughters.
if you want to tell me one more time what a fool I was and that you were always right, why don't you just go ahead
I
and
wasn't
get it over
always
with?
right. I even tried to tell you that, but you were so determined to make me out to be some kind of evil bitch. I had to grow up very suddenly, Sasha. Just when I was beginning to figure out the world, most of my family perished. I had to figure it out all over again. And then I met your father. And I fell so deeply in love. And you and Nikki were born. And then your father died. And I had to figure it out all over again. And then Simon. I know you have trouble believing this, Sash. But if I could have done any better, I would have.
Then I guess you could say, like mother, like daughter. I didn't know having a child would be so hard. They're so wonderful. I know it's too late, Mama. But I really am sorry.
Sash. Oh, Sash. It's never too late. Not as long as we're alive. Oh, baby. So, tell me. Is Freddie gone for good?
I don't know. I was thinking maybe I could find someone just like him.
Oh, no. There are no others like Freddie.
I'll tell you one thing, though. Zoe's not a thing like him. She's actually a lot like you.
Oh, you two get along.
Really well. My plan is to drive to Palm Beach to close up the house. I was wondering if Zoe's grandmother would like to keep her for a few days until I get back.
Zoe's grandmother would love to.
is she?
Just in there.
It probably would have been better for everyone if Sasha had died instantly, but she lay in a coma with no brain activity on life support. Her heart was beating. Everyone else's heart was breaking. I had finally found my daughter and now was about to lose her.
Have we been over this enough, Nikki?
No, Liz, we haven't. We've discussed our having children, but not about temporarily taking in Zoe to give my mother a break.
How temporary?
I don't know.
Are we taking her for a month? A year? Forever?
How am I supposed to know that? Just until Sasha gets better.
What if she doesn't get better? What would happen to our lives then?
All I know is that this isn't just about us. It's about my sister. It's about my mother, my family.
Well, if it's about your family, then it should be about me because I am your family.
That's right. A couple of adults unencumbered by limitations. Isn't that what you said? Right? Isn't that your idea of a family? Hello? Oh. Yeah, okay, I'll be right there. Mom. Matthew. It's time.
They're waiting for you, Sasha. Your father, and little Sava, and your great-grandmama, and your grandparents, and your Uncle Nicholas, and Simon. It took us so long to get it right. I love you, baby. Say hello to everyone.
Sasha's gone. Would have been nice if you were there.
I'm sorry.
Mom's gonna take care of Zoe for the time being. It's crazy, isn't it, Elizabeth? We live in the same house and we sleep in the same bed. You can't really call us married anymore. I don't know if you find that an acceptable way to live, but I don't.
What, is this the civilized way of asking for a divorce?
Yeah. I guess it is.
Look, it's not that complicated. I'm Zoe's father, and she's coming to live with me.
Have you told Zoe about this?
Nikki, please. I'm sorry, Freddie, but what you're proposing is impossible.
I know that that's what you'd like to think, but I'm her father. And I want my daughter. Please.
No. But please.
Feel free to take me to court because I will never, ever give Zoe to you.
Tell me a story.
Did I ever tell you about the time that our little countess went riding across the ice with her brother?
Did they fall in?
No, they didn't fall in. The ice was too thick. It was so thick, in fact, that it could hold a sleigh, 2 horses, a brother and a sister, all wrapped up in heavy blankets.
I wish I had a brother.
Well, you have 2 uncles.
I wish Mommy was here.
I wish Mommy was here, too.
Daddy was mean to her.
I know.
It wasn't nice to me, too.
Sweetheart. I want you to go to sleep and have sweet dreams, okay? You dream about angels. Good night, baby. What do you want in exchange for giving up all rights to Zoe?
Haven't we played this scene once before?
Yes, we have, but not to my satisfaction, so let's try it again. What do you want?
I want the same thing I wanted before. I want my daughter. You don't give it to me, I'm gonna have to play hardball.
As I am sure that you are aware, Sasha was amply provided for by her stepfather. He left her money in trust that would in turn go to her children. In trust, Mr. Fredericks, controlled by me until she was 21. The same applies for Zoe. Now, you can try to get custody of the child, but not the money. At least not until she turns 21. So, here is my offer. Take this and agree to walk out of Zoe's life forever. Or take the child, and maybe you'll get the trust fund in 15 years. Providing, of course, that by then I haven't made some terrible business mistakes and lost it all. It was certainly not one of life's great surprises when Freddie chose the money. Of course, I'd have given him whatever he wanted to be able to raise Zoe as my own. Which, as it turned out, is exactly what I did.
On stage, Zoe Osipov. Zoe took my name. Her entire life was ballet. My life was Zoe.
Now that we have an official ballerina in the family, I think we can move on to our next piece of business.
Matthew, this is not a business.
We have been made an offer to buy out the Countess Zoya stores.
Would you do that?
Very good deal.
But just the stores. The plants and factories would stay in the family with Nikki and I running them.
Mom, you work too hard. I think we can afford the rent.
How long have you been working on this?
About a year.
And when were you going to tell me? When the sign out front came down and this became a discount store?
Your name could still be on it.
How thoughtful, Matthew. This offer also includes the use of my name. I, too, have been working on this for over a year. Look this over. It might be better than yours. Zoe, hurry, so we don't have to make Nikki come up.
I'm up already.
What's wrong?
It's what I got in the divorce settlement. I've been meaning to bring it back.
But I gave it to you.
I know, but I think that Zoe should have it. Seems like it belongs to her.
I'm ready.
Let's go. Well, I guess this goes in the out pile. So, now that I am unemployed, what am I going to do?
Nikki. We made an executive decision.
And?
And you're going on vacation.
I am?
To Russia.
With me. And we have tickets for the Kirov in Leningrad.
Accommodations are all first class.
I just hope we packed everything you need.
Everything I need is right here. Matthew, Zoe, and Nikki. Come on. If I may have your attention, please. There has been a rumor circulating that Countess Zoya is to be sold. That rumor is true. I would like to thank all of my invaluable employees and every customer who's ever walked through those doors for helping to make a wonderful dream come true. But dreams change. And now mine is to be with my family, to watch them grow, and to help them in any way that I can.
And I hope that Countess Zoya and all of you will be here forever. Thank you very much.
I used to play hide and seek here.
Here? My God, it must seem so strange to you now.
Sometimes. I never thought my life would be anything but this.
But you always dreamed of being a dancer. You would have left home to do that.
If I had been given the choice, perhaps. Yes, that is what I would have done. Come. First, I will show you the Hermitage, and then the place where I was born.
You lived here?
It's a museum now.
Мы всегда возвращает нам то, что мы потеряли, нашей мудростью и воспоминаниями. Ребята, пойдемте. Догоняйте.
Saba.
What did they say?
The student said she felt sad for the little girl who survived the massacre of her family because she must have been very sad. The teacher said, time has a mysterious kindness. It always gives back to us what we have lost through wisdom and memories.
Do you believe that's true?
I know it is. So many nights Cousin Maria and I spent with Aunt Alexandra watching the Kirov dance. That's the royal box where Nicholas and Alexandra sat.